9,575 days after Sushma Swaraj stepped down as Chief Minister, the Bharatiya Janata Party has picked yet another Haryana ki beti, Rekha Gupta, born in Jeend, as the new Chief Minister of Delhi. Remember, she's a first-time MLA. She's been councillor thrice over, a first-time MLA. So of the 14 BJP Chief Ministers, the fourth BJP Chief Minister who was picked as CM in his or her first term. Lots of political electoral trivia. Will bring you all the stories, all the buzz and excitement around Delhi's new Chief Minister in this 1 hour of special programming. Here are the headlines. I'm tracking it. Rekha Gupta is the new Chief Minister of Delhi. Her name proposed by Parvesh Verma and Vijinder Gupta. She will take oath at Delhi's Ram Leela Maidan tomorrow. UP CM hits out at the opposition for maligning the Kumbh Mela. Yogi Adityanath accuses Akhilesh Yadav and Mamata Banerjee of spreading false propaganda.
क्या सनातन धर्म का अनुयायी बनना या सनातन धर्म के किसी आयोजन को भव्यता के साथ करना क्या कोई अपराध है? और अगर अपराध है तो हमारी सरकार इस अपराध को कर रही है और आगे भी करेगी।
Outrage over Kalinga University student suicide. Odisha government cracks the whip, sets up probe panel. Moment when body discovered by students caught on camera. San Francisco cop rule out OpenAI whistleblower Suchit Balaji's death as suicide. Cops say Uchu shot himself when alcohol and narcotics was found in his body. Musk's Tesla set to drive into India. Sources say Tesla officials to visit in April. Maharashtra or Gujarat likely to be the manufacturing hub. The suspense is over. Rekha Gupta is the new Chief Minister of Delhi. First-time MLA from Shalimar Bagh, Rekha Gupta beat frontrunner Parvesh Verma to claim the Chief Minister's chair. Interestingly, it was Parvesh Verma and Vijinder Gupta who proposed Rekha Gupta's name for Chief Minister in the BJP MLA's meeting. She will be the fourth woman CM of Delhi and will be sworn in at the historic Ram Leela Maidan tomorrow.
Hailing from the Vaishya or traders community, the traditional vote bank of the BJP in Delhi, who have stayed with the party through thick and thin, Rekha Gupta was a strong contender in the race for Delhi Chief Minister right from the beginning. In the assembly elections, Rekha Gupta emerged as the winner from Shalimar Bagh, getting 68,200 votes, defeating Aam Aadmi Party's Vandana Kumari by a margin of 29,595 votes. A three-time councillor from Shalimar Bagh block, Rekha was fielded by the BJP in the mayor election in 2023, but lost to Aam Aadmi Party's Shelley Oberoi. She is a member of the National Executive of the party and General Secretary of Delhi unit of the party. Rekha Gupta's political journey started with the Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad during college days. She was elected the president of Delhi University Students' Union for 1996-97. She graduated from the Daulat Ram College in Delhi. Later, she took LLB from Chaudhry Charan Singh University in Meerut. In her election affidavit, Rekha Gupta declared assets worth more than 5 crore rupees and liabilities worth over 1 crore rupees. She has no criminal cases against her. Her background in student politics and status as a woman leader also worked for Rekha Gupta, as the BJP picked its first Delhi Chief Minister in 27 years. Nearly 2 weeks after the BJP registered a resounding victory, Delhi has got its fourth woman Chief Minister. Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's get you a whole cross-section of reactions after being declared Chief Minister of Delhi. Rekha Gupta thanked the BJP top leadership, the Prime Minister vowing to take the capital to new heights. Listen in to some of these reactions.
और आप सबके आशीर्वाद, सहयोग और समर्थन के लिए दिल की गहराई से आभार। कितने उत्साहित हैं? आपको ये फैसला अपनी पार्टी?
नहीं, आई एम रियली हैप्पी। इस निर्णय से सभी के अंदर खुशी है। 2000 से 2 साल पहले 1998 में हमने कोशिश की थी महिला मुख्यमंत्री देने की, सुषमा स्वराज जी के रूप में, तब रह गया था। आज वो पूरा हो गया। धन्यवाद मोदी जी, धन्यवाद पार्लियामेंट्री बोर्ड। और कई राज्यों की मुख्यमंत्री हमारी पार्टी में महिलाएं रही हैं। इस समय नहीं था, उसकी भी पूर्ति हो गई। तो जो सोच है नरेंद्र मोदी जी की, पार्लियामेंट्री बोर्ड की, उसको मैं सैल्यूट करता हूं। और दिल्ली को अंततः हमने एक महिला मुख्यमंत्री दिया। अभी हम लोग एलजी ऑफिस जा रहे हैं और बाकी की बातें, लेकिन आप इतना जरूर जान लीजिए कि जब ये प्रस्ताव प्रवेश वर्मा जी ने रखा, सतीश उपाध्याय और विजेंद्र गुप्ता जी ने, रविशंकर प्रसाद जी और धनखड़ जी ने उन लोगों को बुलाया प्रस्ताव के लिए। जब उन्होंने प्रस्ताव रखा तो जो खुशी थी, जो वार्म था हॉल में, वो वास्तव में रेखा गुप्ता के चयन के बाद सबके मन में बहुत खुशियां थी।
मेरा मन प्रफुल्लित हो उठा है। मेरी बड़ी बहन रेखा गुप्ता जी को बहुत बहुत बधाई हो विधायक दल का नेता चुने जाने पर। मैं पूर्ण विश्वास से कह सकती हूँ कि आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के कुशल नेतृत्व में रेखा गुप्ता जी विकास का एक नया अध्याय दिल्ली में रेखांकित करेगी।
Your mother has been Chief Minister of Delhi, so this is a legacy of women leaders leading Delhi. So do you feel proud of that legacy?
I am very proud of Rekha ji because I know that not only is she going to be the embodiment of women empowerment, but she is going to ensure that Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi's vision of women-led development is also there. She would be a living, breathing example of it on Delhi.
Why has the BJP chosen Rekha?
Why? It's a leadership decision. हम सबने एमएलए ने तय किया है। Why मतलब क्या? क्या बहनें बेटी होनी नहीं चाहिए?
रेखा जी अब हमारी पार्टी की नेता है, हमारी मुख्यमंत्री है। दिल्ली को विकसित भारत की विकसित राजधानी, विकसित भारत की विकसित दिल्ली बनने के लिए जो नरेंद्र मोदी जी की गारंटियां, उनके नेतृत्व में हम सब जान लगा देंगे पूरा करने।
अच्छा, तो मतलब मनमुटाव नहीं है किसी को भी?
अब मैं आपसे क्या कहूं, विघ्न संतोषी आप तो कम से कम मत बनिए। भारतीय जनता पार्टी की 27 साल बाद सरकार बनी है। ये खिलखिलाते चेहरे, ये रोशनी, ये जोश आपको कहां से दिखता है? मुझे लगता है कि हर चीज में राजनीति तलाशना गलत होता है। रेखा गुप्ता जी भारतीय जनता पार्टी विधायक दल की नेता है, मेरी मुख्यमंत्री है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी उनके नेतृत्व में मोदी जी की गारंटी पूरी करेगी और हर विधायक उसके लिए जान लगा देगा मोदी जी की गारंटी को पूरा करने के लिए।
आपका अपना अनुभव उनके साथ क्या, आप उनके बारे में, क्योंकि वो एक बहुत जुझारू नेता कही जाती है।
मैं और रेखा जी साथ में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के महामंत्री थे। हम विजेंद्र जी की टीम में महामंत्री थे, हम बाद में सतीश उपाध्याय जी की टीम में महामंत्री थे। हमने साथ में काम किया है। वो दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय छात्र संघ की अध्यक्ष रही हैं, मैं भी दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय छात्र संघ का अध्यक्ष रहा हूं। उन्होंने दिल्ली की सड़कों पर दिल्ली की जनता के सरोकारों के लिए खूब लड़ाई लड़ी है। दिल्ली की जनता की जरूरतों को पार्षद के नाते पूरा करने के लिए भी कृत संकल्प रही है। और हम लोगों ने 27 साल संघर्ष किया है जी। हम लोगों ने लगभग श्वेता जी आप मानिए 27 वर्ष यानी एक पीढ़ी होम हो जाती है जी। हम लोग उस दौर से निकलकर आज आए हैं, इसीलिए आप इतना जोश और इतनी खुशी देख रही हैं जी। हम लोगों ने 27 वर्ष,
नहीं सबने बताया कि खुशी की लहर दौड़ गई, जैसे
ऑन दी लाइटर साइड कहते हैं। हम लोगों का जो बिल्कुल पीक हमारी जवानी का समय था, हमने संघर्ष में गुजार दिया। आज वो जो संघर्ष के बाद दिल्ली की जनता के लिए नरेंद्र मोदी जी की गारंटियों को पूरी करने के लिए हम सब ने भी छात्र संघ के अध्यक्षों के नाते, कॉर्पोरेटर्स के नाते दिल्ली की जनताओं की एस्पिरेशंस को पूरा करने के सपने देखे थे। अब वो उन्हें पूरा करने का अवसर हमें मिल रहा है।
What is the BJP's thinking behind choosing a woman chief minister?
I think it's a big moment for all of us, the entire Delhi, for BJP party and Delhi fourth female CM Delhi is going to get. I wish her all the best and I am fully confident under the leadership of Honorable PM she is going to do wonderful work in the coming years in Delhi.
There are a lot of expectations, of course, from the BJP. So there will be a lot of expectations from Rekha Gupta to deliver as well.
I think it is absolutely right. There are a lot of expectations of Delhiites, but I am 100% sure that BJP will deliver, Rekha ji will deliver with the support and guidance of Honorable PM.
How excited are you?
It's a proud moment for every BJP Karyakarta. We are getting a second time a BJP lady chief minister, women chief minister. It's a proud moment for every BJP also. And we are going to have a 50% representation. I mean, 50% population is of women in Delhi. So they'll get a representation as a chief minister of Delhi. And from tomorrow, the double engine government, central government led by Narendra Modi ji and Delhi by Rekha Gupta ji will have a double engine Vikas of Delhi. For sure, development will be our key agenda, and whatever Modi ji has given a guarantee, from tomorrow it will be started implementing it.
After Atishi as the woman chief minister, now Delhi will also have another chief minister, woman chief minister. How do you think how the development is going to catch pace?
It's a proud moment for Delhiite. If you see, we have a 50% women in Delhi. So they have a representation now as a women chief minister. For sure, it's a proud moment for everybody, and from tomorrow, you will see a new era of a development in Delhi in Netritwa of Rekha Gupta ji.
What will be the first work done by BJP government when the cabinet meeting happens?
Tomorrow oath should happen, and CM will tell all the priorities. But for sure, Modi ji guarantee will be our top priorities. Whatever Modi ji has given, a Yamuna cleaning, we have a silt of all the sewages, good drinking water, these 2,500 rupees, whatever the woman has to give it. So these things has to be implemented, and for sure, Rekha Gupta ji has proved herself as a mayor also previously. So we are pretty sure under her leadership, Delhi will rise for sure.
ये बहुत अच्छी बात है कि महिलाओं को राजनीति में प्रतिनिधित्व मिल रहा है। मैं रेखा गुप्ता जी को बहुत बहुत बधाई देना चाहूंगी, और मैं उम्मीद करती हूं कि जो जो वादे भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने दिल्ली के लोगों को किए हैं, उन वादों को वो जरूर पूरा करेंगी। और मैं रेखा गुप्ता जी को आम आदमी पार्टी की तरफ से ये भी कहना चाहूंगी कि दिल्ली वालों के विकास के लिए उन्हें कोई भी मदद, कोई भी समर्थन आम आदमी पार्टी की तरफ से चाहिए हो तो उनको हमेशा मिलेगा, जरूर मिलेगा।
Why was Rekha Gupta chosen? I want to go across to Himanshu Mishra. He tracks the BJP for us. Of all the MLAs, 48 MLAs, 7 MPs and everybody else who was on the long and short list, why is Rekha Gupta smiling the most this evening? गया रेखा गुप्ता को तमाम कैंडिडेट्स में इनका चयन क्यों हुआ?
देखिए, मुझे लगता है राहुल, सबसे बड़ी बात यही है कि उनका चयन का सबसे बड़ा कारण एक तो वो महिला है। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी हमें अक्सर अपने भाषणों में कहते हैं कि उनकी सरकार, उनकी संगठन की जो प्राथमिकता है, जो प्रायोरिटीज हैं, उसमें ज्ञान है, यानी कि गरीब है, युवा है, एग्रीकल्चर यानी किसान और नारी। तो ज्ञान शब्द को जब वो परिभाषित करते हैं तो इसी तरीके से करते हैं। और नारी यानी कि 20 स्टेट्स में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकारें हैं, एनडीए और भारतीय जनता पार्टी की एक भी चीफ मिनिस्टर नहीं है। और इसीलिए अगर आप देखेंगे तो पहली दिल्ली की मुख्यमंत्री जो है इस बार उनको बनाया गया है 20 में 21वां राज्य जब बनने जा रहा है। सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि 1998 में जब भारतीय जनता पार्टी चुनाव हारी थी तब सुषमा स्वराज मुख्यमंत्री थी, यानी कि 27 साल बाद जीत मिली तो महिला को मुख्यमंत्री बनाया। और सबसे बड़ी बात एक और इसमें देखें तो भारतीय जनता एक तीर से दो निशाने साधने की कोशिश जो है वो की गई है। एक जो वैश्य समाज यानी कि बनिया कम्युनिटी है उसको साधा गया, महिला को मुख्यमंत्री बनाया गया, क्योंकि दिल्ली के विधानसभा चुनाव में राहुल महिलाओं ने दिल खोलकर जो है भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पक्ष में वोट किया है। तो इस बात को नकारा नहीं जा सकता था कि महिला रेस में नहीं है। और आप देखिए कि आज तक लंबे समय से जिस दिन से नतीजे आए हैं तब से कह रहा है कि रेखा गुप्ता भी एक मुख्यमंत्री की रेस में है। और आज रेखा गुप्ता के नाम पर जब मुहर लग गई है तो ये कहा जा सकता है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी लंबे फ्यूचर्स को देख के स्ट्रेटेजी बनाती है। और इसीलिए रेखा गुप्ता का अगर एक्सपीरियंस देखें तो डूसू की प्रेसिडेंट रही।
Those are live images from the residence of the Lieutenant Governor. Rekha Gupta has reached there, beaming quite naturally. She's flanked by the central observers. She's got Jay Panda, who led the BJP campaign there. You can see the BJP MPs like Bansuri Swaraj. We see Virendra Sachdev, the Delhi BJP chief. So some of the MPs are there. Ravi Shankar Prasad can be seen there. They're all there now waiting for VK Saxena to come in and for Rekha Gupta to present her credentials, and the swearing in will happen then noon tomorrow. So the stage is set. The BJP delegation reaching the residence of the Lieutenant Governor, and they will be presenting their credentials in just a short while from now to VK Saxena. The big question, of course, is what to expect from the new CM and from the new Delhi BJP government. You've seen, Rajat, the build up to this decision. Now, why do you think Rekha Gupta has been chosen as the new chief minister, and what should viewers expect from her tenure?
So if you look at the body language of Atishi Marlena, that will give you the clues around which BJP would have thought through. And I think they believed that with Rekha Gupta ji as the new chief minister, it is going to completely blunt the attack which is going to come from the Aam Aadmi Party. It very well knows that Aam Aadmi Party still has the strength of 2022 MLAs, and in all likelihood Atishi Marlena ji would be the leader of opposition. So they want to blunt out that attack. And secondly, Arvind Kejriwal would find it very hard to go on charging against a lady chief minister that way. Typically what he's been doing with the other leaders of Delhi BJP. So I think from a multiple perspective, if you see, she has a clean slate. She comes in with strong organizational credentials, has no cases against her, as a very, very confident woman leader. Let me tell you that most people who would have interacted with her knows one thing about her, that she is a phenomenal leader that way, who brings in that level of confidence that a leader who has to take everybody along, she tends to fill that important gap along, and she remains a soft face where she can address the urban audience and she can relate with the rural audience also. So it's that delicate mix of what you expect in a leader. She tends to have all of that, and that goes with certain amount of hindsight benefit as well. But
okay, just a moment
selection.
before now, Congress leader Alka Lamba has put out an image. We'll have that out for you on the screen, where she and Rekha Gupta are being sworn in a DUSU position at the same time. So I have Alka Lamba with me on the phone right now. Alka ji, ये तस्वीर मैंने देखा काफी तेजी से वायरल हो रही है. आप और रेखा गुप्ता खुद आप राजनीतिक प्रतिद्वंदी थे, लेकिन एक साथ भी थे. बताएं हमारे दर्शकों को क्या आप जानती हैं और क्या एक्सपेक्ट करना चाहिए दिल्ली की नई चीफ मिनिस्टर से.
राहुल जी, जैसे ही रेखा गुप्ता जी का नाम अनाउंस हुआ, मैं 30 साल पीछे उन यादों में चली गई. तस्वीरें देखी, जो एल्बम हमारी थी, तब ये फेसबुक, व्हाट्सएप, ट्विटर नहीं होते थे, हमारी एल्बम होती थी. मैंने खुद निकाला उसको, और ये तस्वीर बहुत यादगार है. जब हम शपथ ले रहे हैं, मैं अध्यक्ष पद पे शपथ ले रही हूँ, और वो जो है जनरल सेक्रेटरी, महासचिव पद जीती थी एबीवीपी से. हमने 10 में शपथ ली, और 1 साल हम एक ही कैबिन, एक ही ऑफिस शेयर किया दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में. और यादगार पल रहे. दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री मदनलाल खुराना जी थे, और देश के प्रधानमंत्री पीवी नरसिम्हा राव जी. दोनों में रहता था. आइडियोलॉजिकली ठीक है, हमारी फाइट हमेशा रही. वो एबीवीपी आरएसएस के लोगों को लाकर लेक्चर कराती थी, और मैं गांधीयन आइडियोलॉजी पर लेक्चर होते थे, और हमारा आइडियोलॉजिकल क्लैश रहता था. बट मुद्दों पर बात आती थी तो रेखा का एक खासियत थी कि हम दोनों विमेन हैं, और विमेन स्पेशल चलवाना है, विमेन हॉस्टल्स चाहिए, विमेन के लिए कैंपस सेफ होना चाहिए. तो मदनलाल खुराना जी के पास मिलकर जाती थी. हम पीवी नरसिम्हा राव जी से सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी होने के नाते, तो मुझे वो याद है. वो तस्वीरें मैं बहुत खोज रही हूँ, वो भी मिल जाए. मदनलाल खुराना जी के सामने हम दोनों बैठी हैं, लेकिन अच्छा याद रहा. और हम लोगों ने 1 साल बहुत कम होता है, पर रेखा को मैंने देखा कि उसने एक निरंतर ईमानदारी से प्रयास वो करती रही, और उसी का नतीजा.
ये बड़ी बात है, क्योंकि स्टूडेंट पॉलिटिक्स में जो लोग रहे उनके लिए भी होगा कि अच्छे से यहाँ पे पॉलिटिक्स करो कॉलेज यूनिवर्सिटी में, तो आगे चल के चीफ मिनिस्टर भी बन सकते हैं.
नहीं, बिल्कुल. देखिए, रेखा जी के शपथ लेने के बाद दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के जो छात्र राजनीति में अपना भविष्य देख रहे हैं, डेफिनेटली उनके हौसले जो है वो एक लेवल और आगे जाएंगे. इससे पहले अजय माकन जी भी दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के रहे. वो स्पीकर रहे, यंगेस्ट स्पीकर दिल्ली विधानसभा, मिनिस्टर. सो इंस्पिरेशंस रहा, इंस्पायर हुए कि राजनीति में अगर आना है तो
आपने उस टाइम पे क्या देखा डूसू के टाइम पे, जो आपको लगता है कि इंपॉर्टेंट होगा जब दर्शक ये सोचें कि भाई हमारी नई चीफ मिनिस्टर कैसी है?
देखिए, मैं फिर कहूंगी रेखा जी के लिए उस समय मेरे साथ जब वो थी विमेन सेफ्टी इन द कैंपस, और वही आज भी है कि दिल्ली महिलाओं के लिए सुरक्षित हो, और ये उम्मीद एक महिला मुख्यमंत्री से की जाती है। सो वो इशू भी रहा। माँ की बात होती है, माँ यमुना, डेफिनेटली एक महिला मुख्यमंत्री से उम्मीद की जाती है कि माँ यमुना स्वच्छ होगी, बेटियों के लिए दिल्ली सुरक्षित होगी। इन सब चीजों पर है। कुल हमारा, मेरी शुभकामनाएं रेखा के साथ है, और मुझे यकीन है रेखा कर सकती है अगर उसको करने दिया जाएगा तो, और वो कर सकती है। अगर नहीं होगा तो डेफिनेटली हमारा सपोर्ट है रेखा
अब
के
तो
साथ।
सारे एक ही साइड पे ना, रोकेगा कौन? एलजी नहीं रोकेंगे, होम मिनिस्ट्री नहीं रोकेगी, अब तो सब मिले हुए हैं जी, क्वाइट लिटरली।
देखिए, इसीलिए हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि रिजल्ट पॉजिटिव रहेंगे, यमुना भी साफ हो जाएगी, बेटियां भी सुरक्षित हो जाएंगी, महंगाई को लेकर जो था कि 2500 रुपया और ये वो सब होगा, ये हम भी उम्मीद कर रहे हैं। लेकिन मैंने देखा अभी एक तस्वीर वीडियो पे, रेखा जी परवेश वर्मा जी को मिठाई खिला रही है और वो उनके हाथ से मिठाई नहीं खा रहे हैं। तो कहीं ना कहीं परवेश वर्मा जी का जो चेहरा आज उतरा हुआ लग रहा है जब वो जीते थे, और मुख्यमंत्री का, तो वो सब चीजें मुझे लगता है रेखा को सामना करनी पड़ी। विजेंद्र गुप्ता जी लीडर ऑपोजिशन रहे, लंबा उनका है, अब वो उनकी कैबिनेट में आएंगे तो कैसा रहेगा, ये सब चीजें देखिए रहेगा, चैलेंज रहेगा, आसान नहीं रहेगा। विद इन अ पार्टी
90% आपने कांग्रेचुलेट किया, 10% आप लड़ाई कराने में लग गई, बट दैट्स द नेचर ऑफ पॉलिटिक्स।
राजनीति में 30 साल से हूँ, मैं देख रही हूँ। अब बीजेपी में महिला, अब देखिए पूरे देश में डबल इंजन की सरकार है, 16 राज्यों में बताते हैं सरकार है, पर एक महिला मुख्यमंत्री नहीं है। सो अब मुझे खुशी है कि बीजेपी ने सोचा कि एक राज्य में तो महिला मुख्यमंत्री देना है, लेकिन फर्स्ट टाइमर एमएलए पहली बार विधानसभा में जाएंगी और वो भी चीफ मिनिस्टर की पोजीशन पर बैठेंगी। सो चैलेंजेस रहेंगे, एक्सपीरियंस, अनुभव, विधानसभा, ये सब चीज उनको शायद लगता है थोड़ा समय लगे, पर सीख जाएंगी, ये मुझे लगता है।
Al-Kalamba for taking out time and joining us and sharing these moments. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rahul.
Thank you. So I want to get some reactions now on what to expect from Delhi's new Chief Minister. We've got Pankaj Vohra joins us. We have Siddharth Mishra joining us. I have Ashutosh joining us. We've got Rajat Sethi with us. And I have Kumar Kunal. He leads our Delhi coverage for us at the India Today group. Kumar, give our viewers a sense of what to expect from this Chief Minister, given her track record as a councillor from Shalimar Bagh and the fact that she contested for the mayor's post but lost by just 34 votes.
Exactly, and those who know Rekha Gupta very well, like I am knowing Rekha Gupta quite closely, we know that she is quite aggressive. Although she is confident from her face, but her working style is quite aggressive. So what actually we can expect inside the assembly or during her tenure as chief minister, that she won't let any ball go ducking. She will play front on, head on with all the opposition parties. That's why she was chosen as the chief minister, and although I can't say that she was the only obvious choice, but still she was one of the best choices available within the 48 MLAs who have come after winning these assembly elections. So certainly she has a very big task at hand. Even I will say that she will be the fourth chief minister, women chief minister for Delhi, for Sushma Swaraj, then Sheila Dikshit, Atishi and Rekha Gupta. All these four chief ministers who
okay, there he is. Just stay with me. VK Saxena walking in, happy to receive Rekha Gupta. They're all smiling as they should. These are political warm bodies from the perspective of the Delhi Lieutenant Governor. No animosity there anywhere in the frame. Ravi Shankar Prasad leading the delegation, going to present the credentials of the new Delhi Chief Minister. You've got VK Saxena, who used to be the Khadi Board Chief earlier, presenting a bouquet now to the new Delhi Chief Minister, Rekha Gupta, who's just been told that she will be Chief Minister. And she's giving, you can pick up the body language. I don't want to name any one odd person, but you can see some glum faces, which in some ways is quite, obvious. It might happen in an office if somebody's expecting a promotion and that doesn't happen in an appraisal cycle, and there's so much more at stake when you're in public life and in politics. And therefore some glum faces, kahin khushi, kahin gum, Rajat, when they look at these pictures. Rekha Gupta is beaming from year to year, and that's quite natural. Her life changes dramatically, and there are some who came so close and yet are so far.
I agree, and I think occupying the chief minister's chair in Delhi, you have that added advantage of all the cameras and all the microphones that Delhi tends to provide. So it's only the journey is upward from here, and she has to deliver. She has to fill in mighty shoes of Sushma ji and then Sheila ji as well. And it will be a test on her leadership skills. And if she delivers, then she is up for much bigger sort of roles
that's
as well.
the challenge. Can she deliver? Ashutosh has seen Delhi politics for a long time. Ashutosh, can she deliver? That's the question. She's fiery, she's a good orator, she'll have her sword out for the opposition. But can she govern? Can she clean up the mess?
See, Rahul, never underestimate any political leader who becomes the chief minister. Rahul, never underestimate a political leader who becomes the chief minister of any state. I think that many people would have underestimated Narendra Modi when he became the chief minister of Gujarat, because everybody thought that he had no administrative experience. He never contested election. But look at the career graph of Mr. Narendra Modi. See, I think it's a very smart move, a very, very smart move, and it's highly political for the two simple reasons. One is that even in this election, the difference between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party has been only 1.9% vote share. That means Aam Aadmi Party is still a very, very formidable opposition. And you know why Aam Aadmi Party could hold on to this vote share? For the simple reason, because women voters had been lock, stock and barrel with Aam Aadmi Party. Amongst the male voters, the difference between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party has been 12%. That BJP, the 12% more male voters had voted in favor of the BJP. But among the women voters, the drop is there for the Aam Aadmi Party. But still, Aam Aadmi Party is ahead of the BJP by 6%. And don't forget, that's the CSDS survey. In 2020, the gap was 25%. So if Aam Aadmi Party could hold its fort, could maintain 44% of the vote share, partly because of the women voters. And secondly, the Vaishya voter again is very powerful in Delhi. And you will be surprised to know that in UP, if you go, the upper caste Vaishya vote almost votes more than 85% to the BJP. But in Delhi, only 66%. And the Aam Aadmi Party, despite being on the being low in the numbers, but still 25% Vaishya votes for the Aam Aadmi Party. So if BJP could manage the women voters through Rekha Gupta and the Vaishya voter, then you can understand that the long-term politics, and that will be a warning signal to the Kejriwal and its politics, at least in the assembly election. Parliament election, they are non-existent in that sense. They are not considered to be very serious.
No, this is a very important point that Ashutosh makes, that the one hope that the AAP had was that women were voting for them in bigger numbers. With this pincer move, the BJP tries to neutralize that. If Rekha Gupta can become a woman icon of sorts, whether it is on the issue of women's safety, cleaning the Yamuna, development, then it negates the AAP's advantage amongst women voters. That is the bigger hope. Ashutosh, what's been happening in the AAP camp? You're at the residence of the Lieutenant Governor. The AAP camp has been quite low-key since the results came out. Atishi made a few comments. Kejriwal has tweeted. They're looking at all these developments. What do they make of the choice of Rekha Gupta as the new Delhi BJP CM?
I think Aam Aadmi Party's strategy is very simple. That Aam Aadmi Party now is to test BJP for the simple reason, because BJP, if doesn't deliver in the 6 months' times, then they have no other excuse. Because at the center there is a BJP government, LG is a BJP man. Then in MCD, very soon the BJP will have a majority and their own mayor, and now assembly. So there will be triple decker in Delhi. So they are just waiting that BJP should fail so that they could jump. So for the 6 months, what I could say is Aam Aadmi Party will be lying low, will wait BJP to commit mistakes, and then they will start attacking. Till then, they will focus their attention in Punjab.
Okay, spare a thought for the role of the Lieutenant Governor. He cannot be a roadblock anymore. He has to be a facilitator, and that changes the dynamic very dramatically. Now it is about a triple engine, or if there are 4 engines, so you will have the MCD, you will have the Lieutenant Governor, you will have the central government, and you will have the state government, and therefore 4 engines should therefore move with greater speed. But 4 engines on one track can also be 1 engine too many.
I think all the bureaucrats in Delhi, the Agmut cadre, would be, breathing a sigh of relief, primarily because they don't have to juggle. कम से कम juggle होके sandwich नहीं होंगे in the process. So I think net it's good for Delhi. allow and let, you need to give enough sort of governance elbow room.
Vijender Gupta we can see VK Saxena there. Vijender Gupta there in the images as well. But VK Saxena is delighted to see a warm body. He says, okay, no animosity. He's very happy to see Rekha Gupta. And it's tough for him. I mean, they've really been after him. He's been after them. And there's been a lot of bad blood, Ashutosh, in that equation. Now, finally, a warm body they can work together, collaborate with, and hopefully build a Nai Delhi.
See, I have a lot of regard for the Vijender Gupta because, Vijender Gupta was one person who won during 2015 and 2020 when BJP was completely washed out. Out of 3, he won from Rohini, again repeats in 2020 when only 8 BJP MLAs could win elections. And many people might not remember, in 2015 when BJP was just had 3 MLAs, he was the leader of opposition and he single-handedly created problems for the Aam Aadmi Party. I could understand because I was there then. I know that how Aam Aadmi Party was worried about Vijender Gupta. And once Vijender Gupta met me and he told me, Ashutosh ji, politics ka koi niyam nahi hota hai. So because I asked him, why did you stand up on the chair? He said, politics का कोई नियम नहीं होता है. जिस भी तरीके से सत्ताधारी पार्टी को आप परेशान कर सके, परेशान करना चाहिए. And he was very successful in my opinion, despite being only 3 MLAs and on the other side there were 67 MLAs. Just imagine.
The joke in the BJP is that he probably holds a record for the number of times he was thrown out by the marshals from the Delhi Assembly. I want to go across to Pankaj Bora. He's seen Delhi politics over the decades. What should viewers expect from their new Chief Minister, Pankaj ji?
Well, the expectations are very, very high. And, it's very unfair to see the new Chief Minister designate only from the prism of gender. She may be a woman, but she has been chosen because of her inherent capacity to deliver. She has been, handpicked by the central leadership of the BJP because she belongs to the organization, and there's a lot of things which the central leadership wants her to do, and she's going to deliver on those promises. She has to deal with multiple problems. The biggest is going to be the multiplicity of authority there is, because people in Delhi, by and large, who have voted for the BJP, do not understand the fine distinction which exists between the powers which the Lieutenant Governor enjoys and the power that the elected Chief Minister enjoys. So, she has to bridge that gap and has also got to send this message that now, since municipal corporation is also going to be headed by her party, that she is going to ensure that the aspirations and whatever people expect her to do and her party to do, she is going to ensure that she plays as the coordinator who facilitates all these things. I also have a very strong, doubt that the current Lieutenant Governor, who was handpicked and brought to Delhi to deal with Mr. Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party, may be in his position for too long, and the BJP may bring in a former bureaucrat who will be able to coordinate much better with the bureaucracy and with the elected government, and that could give strength to the new Chief Minister.
Okay. Siddharth Mishra, what are your expectations from what you know?
To, dismiss her only that she's...
From what you know of Rekha Gupta's political trajectory and her background, what should our viewers expect from our new Chief Minister?
When we were talking last time, talking about administrative experience, one must realize that BJP current brand of MLAs only have people who have municipal experience. Sure. The people with ministerial experiences are those who have travelled from other parties, the Aam Aadmi Party or the Congress Party to the BJP. So they were ruled out, and she was one amongst the best choices to have. And as I said, she being a woman adds value to it. On the lighter side, going by the women's, Sushma ji had a very short tenure, and then Sheila ji had a very long tenure. And here Atishi has had a very short tenure. Maybe the woman who follows her will have a very, very long tenure. I agree with Pankaj that, the Lieutenant Governor may be on his way out. Not immediately, but in long term, because you need to have a bureaucrat who can coordinate with the MHA, with the Urban Development Ministry, with the PMO and the Delhi government. So you need to have a bureaucrat, a hardball bureaucrat who understands the working of the Article 39A, as they say, the Article 39, which governs Delhi, And in this context, I must mention to you, when Sheila was chief minister in the first term, we had a bureaucrat called Vijay Kapoor, who was lieutenant governor, and he had a more cordial relationship with Sheila ji than the 6 or 7 BJP MPs were there at that point of time. So, Lieutenant Governor's office will have a lot of role to play with in the good functioning of the Chief Minister. But I again repeat, the role of Delhi's Chief Minister is to process projects of development. Because she doesn't look after law and order. She doesn't look after land, revenue. So her larger role is to process projects of development. And Sheila came to make a place for herself in the history of Delhi, because she was able to process projects of development one after another. And that is what is expected from what you call Rekha Gupta also. If she wants to make a name for herself in history of Delhi, she has to take forward the development projects which had got stuck up in last 10 years.
No, but now remember, this is not just about Rekha Gupta. This is now the entire might of the BJP machine. The Prime Minister staked his personal reputation on the line. It was Modi versus Kejriwal for all practical purposes. That's the way the election was fought. And now there is no excuse. There's no MCD which is with AAP or whatever. If everything's going to be with the BJP, the party has no option but to deliver on very high expectations.
And I think, having said that, Delhi remains the microcosm for the entire country. Whatever you do, you can actually showcase it pretty well. If you're actually building a waterfront here, the message goes out. It goes out to all the cosmopolitans around the country. For a fairly long time, no big metropolitan or a cosmopolitan.
The bar is very low. The bar is low. Not much has happened in terms of physical development in the last 10 years. And therefore, if you make a few big projects like Sheila ji did, it's visible. And as you're saying, the message spreads nationally.
It does. And, BJP has been that, urban-centric party for fairly long. But, what has happened is Calcutta, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, all of these big cosmopolitans went away from BJP's grip of power. What they need to do is to build Delhi as that model example of how to win back this uber cosmopolitan voter base and try and replicate that as an example for the other cosmopolitans, because the next generation of BJP would want to do that.
The stage is now set for Delhi's iconic Ramlila Maidan, where Rekha Gupta will be sworn in as the 9th Chief Minister of the capital. Prime Minister Modi, along with the BJP top brass and chief ministers, will be part of the grand ceremony. Make no mistake, this is going to be a big bash because the BJP is returning to power in Delhi after 27 years.
BJP is all set for its grand return in the national capital after 27 years. The BJP office is decked up and is donning a festive look. The historic Ramlila Maidan is ready for the historic oath of Delhi's new Chief Minister. Preparations for oath-taking ceremony are in full swing in Delhi.
There are special preparations which have been made in place for bringing in women in large numbers. Along with that, you will have the Dharm Gurus, priests, Pujari, Granthis will be there in special enclosures. It will be also declaration of a political change in the national capital.
Chief Minister and the entire cabinet will take oath on February 20 at a gala ceremony. Attended by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, among other dignitaries. India Today exclusively accessed seating arrangements for Chief Minister oath ceremony. Arrangements have been made for over 30,000 Delhiites at Ramlila Maidan. 3 stages have been built for the attendees. Apart from Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah, slum dwellers, farmers and gig workers will be starting guests. Invitations have also been extended to key religious figures, industrialists and celebrities. But several BJP chief ministers are set to give oath ceremony a miss. Sources say Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, Gujarat Chief Minister Bhupender Bhai Patel, Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami, Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu will miss the gala event due to prior engagements. Large hoardings have been set up across Delhi to welcome the new BJP government. With Amit Bharadwaj and Piyush Mishra in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, the stage is set for the BJP to swear in Rekha Gupta as the new Chief Minister. Now, the critical question is how soon can she turn promise into action? Let me put that question to Pankaj Vora. Pankaj, because we don't know whether something like the Yamuna being cleaned up, which the BJP said will be done in 3 years, is actually doable, achievable in that short span. Of course, you can make some incremental steps in that direction, but the expectations have been taken so high that everyone in Delhi and elsewhere will believe that they'll clean this up very quickly. Can it be done in your view?
Well, it is, everything is possible. She has to basically list out her priorities. Naturally, she will be monitored and coached by the central leadership, which will help and hold her hand at every step to enable her to achieve certain things to begin with. And, everything is possible. For instance, when the BJP came to power in 93 and Mr. Madanlal Khurana became the Chief Minister for the first time, and, he launched so many projects which the Delhi Metro, the credit for it, later was given to Sheila Dikshit, but it was launched during Khurana ji's time. There were these two big flyovers, both at the AIIMS and at the Dhaula Kuan, which were also launched during Mr. Khurana's time. They were designed by KB Rajoria, the chief engineer of the PWD, who was working under Mr. Khurana. But, a lot of things which were launched later, were cashed in by the Congress party. But unfortunately, in the first 5 years of the BJP, there were 3 chief ministers. So what Rekha Gupta has to basically watch out is that she also has to ensure that the dissensions in the party, if they come up over a period of time, are contained. And for that, she will need central leadership's help. Mr. Modi's, the fact that she is a choice of Mr. Modi is itself a great deterrent for a lot of others, but there are people, ambitious politicians, who can always play dirty and can try and trip, people who have been chosen. But she is right now blessed that she has been picked up from the 48 MLAs, and there are a lot of promises which she has to keep.
Siddharth Mishra, how much of a problem would that be? I won't name any 1 or 2 leaders, but the fact that you've got these senior leaders who might think that they were more worthy than her and therefore would clearly not be happy that she's been picked.
You see, out of the people who have been overlooked, only one Pravesh Sharma is capable of acting in a manner which might annoy the central leadership. And personally, you ask me, I do not see Pravesh Sharma commanding the kind of support base which his father commanded at any point of time. So, it will be so. Let's see that as long as Rekha Gupta commands the support of the central leadership, she would be there in the seat comfortably. Talking of what Pankaj was saying, you see, one of the smartest things which Sheila Dikshit did was that she picked up all the unfinished projects of Khurana and fast forwarded them in her first tenure and gave it momentum to development, and then she brought in her other projects. My suggestion to Rekha Gupta would be that you take forward, there are so many projects which have been lying pending, the Commonwealth Games legacy projects, which were to be taken forward in last 10 years. They have not happened. They are still in the file books and they have not been implemented. So to start with, you pass forward these pending projects, and including one, the 11 drains of Delhi which fall into Yamuna, the large drains, they were to have alternate drains, when you're talking about cleaning Yamuna, once these alternate drains get functional, and and the filth from the river water is separated, quite a few kilometers before it touches the river mouth. So these things are there. These projects
the ideas are there. You can build on them. Rajat, say the final words.
Yeah. So I think, there's been a long cherished desire that the entire NCR, all the neighborhood states are all with the BJP. BJP doesn't have to worry that if now they have to hold a Quad summit where Donald Trump now comes again, they will have to find a location. Now they have
Delhi mein hoga.
Delhi mein they don't have to now worry that the borders have to be sealed and the optics have to be managed to that extent. Now you have semblance of one party, one thought process, and they will go out of the way to ensure that big events Delhi can again host now. And I think this is what gives a mental relaxation to the central leadership. They want to project Delhi to the level it can actually command respect internationally. So far it has been missing out, and I believe BJP's dream would be to sell Delhi as that model example of what good governance can do.
In terms of physical infrastructure being developed, the last decade has been a lost opportunity. Now the question is, what can the BJP do in the road and rail and metro projects that we've seen? There's the peripheral highways, the Meerut rapid rail. There's been a massive transformation. So can the entire capital see that? Those are the hopes, those are the expectations. Let's see the extent to which they get fulfilled. I want to thank my guests for joining us. We'll track the swearing in very closely. The BJP has chosen the Ram Leela Maidan as the oath-taking venue. The grounds traditionally used to stage the annual Ram Leela has seen political rallies and agitations. The 2011 anti-corruption protest led by Anna Hazare was held here. Kejriwal emerged from this movement and then went on to take oath as the Delhi Chief Minister at the same Ram Leela grounds, where Rekha Gupta will be sworn in tomorrow morning.
BJP returns to power in Delhi after nearly 3 decades. BJP is in power in Delhi after a decade of Aam Aadmi Party rule.
इंसान का इंसान से हो भाईचारा, यही पैगाम हमारा, यही पैगाम हमारा.
Delhi empowered Arvind Kejriwal with landslide victory twice successively in 2015 and 2020. But in 2025, it crowned BJP with a massive mandate and has cornered Arvind Kejriwal and his party for a fight for political existence.
जनता का निर्णय सर माथे पर. मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी को इस जीत के लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं. अब जो जनता ने हमें निर्णय दिया है, हम न केवल एक कंस्ट्रक्टिव ऑपोजिशन का रोल निभाएंगे, बल्कि हम समाज सेवा, जनता के सुख दुख में काम आना, व्यक्तिगत तौर पे जिसको भी जो ज़रूरत होगी, हम लोगों के सुख दुख में हमेशा काम आएंगे.
इन आपदा वालों ने अपने हर घोटाले को छिपाने के लिए रोज नई नई साजिशें रची, लेकिन अब दिल्ली का जनादेश आ चुका है. मैं गारंटी दे रहा हूं, पहले विधानसभा सत्र में ही सीएजी की रिपोर्ट सदन में रखी जाएगी.
BJP has chosen Ram Leela Maidan for the swearing-in ceremony of its new Chief Minister. The choice of the venue is a sweet political revenge. Ram Leela Maidan has been the ground for historic agitations that changed the course of Indian politics. From Gandhian socialist Jai Prakash Narayan's Bihar movement to Anna Hazare's Lokpal Andolan, Ram Leela Maidan witnessed it all.
अन्ना जी ने ये जो कहा है कि या तो सरकार इस बिल को लाए अथवा इस सरकार को भ्रष्टाचार को, ये प्रमोशन ऑफ करप्शन एक्ट जो लेके आए हैं वो पार्लियामेंट में, इसके बाद उनका ये मानना है कि या तो सरकार अपना इस बिल को बदले और जन लोकपाल बिल लेके आए, अथवा फिर क्या सरकार को हम भ्रष्टाचार करने के लिए खुला छोड़ा जा सकता है.
Arvind Kejriwal decided to take the plunge in politics from this very Ram Leela Maidan. Soon after, AAP rose to greater heights of politics than any nascent party has seen in its early formative years. 27 years later, Delhi BJP Chief Minister will start his journey from this iconic ground.
जनता का आशीर्वाद जो जनादेश में बदला है और भारतीय जनता पार्टी को ऐतिहासिक विजय दिल्ली में मिली, इसलिए ऐतिहासिक कार्यक्रम श्री रामलीला मैदान में 20 तारीख को होगा. उसकी तैयारियां युद्ध स्तर पर लगी हैं.
There is a rich history of initiation from Ram Leela Maidan. In 1952, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee started his Satyagraha for Jammu and Kashmir from here. A decade later, after a humiliating defeat by China to boost the morale of the nation, the Nightingale Lata Mangeshkar sang her famous song, "Ae Mere Watan Ke Logo," while the first Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, sat broken-hearted. days later, on January 28, 1963, then British Queen Elizabeth addressed a huge public gathering from this ground on her visit. In 1965, it was in this Ramlila Maidan that Lal Bahadur Shastri reiterated the slogan of Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan in a huge public gathering. When India defeated Pakistan and Bangladesh was formed, Indira Gandhi celebrated the victory on this ground in 1971. 7th February 1977, Jai Prakash Narayan raised his voice against the then ruling Indira Gandhi government from Ramlila Maidan. His famous slogan, inspired by poet Ramdhari Singh Dinkar's famous lines, "Singhasan khali karo ki janta aati hai," echoed from this very ground. During independence movement, Ramlila Maidan was one of the favorite places for protests and agitations. Leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru and others, including Sardar Patel, had demonstrated from this ground in Delhi. After independence, many prime ministers of this country have held rallies at Ramlila Maidan. Ramlila Maidan has stood witness to historic churning of India. Bureau Report, India Today.